Hello, what's up ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. So we are going to do a storyline. So it's been a long time since I'm not making videos about storyline. Catherine!
Perfect. It's you two. I have a commission here that has your names written all over it. In fact, I'd even go so far as to say you're the only ones for the job.
The only ones for the job? Huh. If our help is really that important, it's probably some Archon class commission, right?
Archon class commission. I've never heard of that classification before. But sure, we're happy to take this on. Which Archon do you need us to deal with today?
The Adventurers Guild doesn't
Imagine the
employ that
Archons
kind of
just
classification
asking the
system.
adventurers.
In fact, this commission is also probably not nearly as intimidating as what you're expecting. All it asks us to do is to find a missing person.
Ah, just like what we do every day. Well, be ready. Bedtime story. Bedtime story, what? Got something to do with a child, I guess. But we never know. Well, some people thinking like how weirdo people actually invested to the storyline, but my god, I am really invested with Genshin storyline, really.
If this commission is really as challenging as Catherine made it out to be, we're gonna need to carry out a very detailed investigation.
Very detailed. Paimon sounds a little bit different, don't you think?
Hello there. You looking to buy something? I do business in this area.
Oh, no, we're adventurers. Catherine sent us to look into a commission here in Vermara Village.
Ah, so you're here about that then. Ah, you're not the first, that's for sure. We've certainly made a lot of trouble for you all. To be honest, we aren't holding out much hope. Many adventurers have made their way out here, confident they'd be able to help us, only to leave soon after with nothing to show for their efforts. We've pretty much had it up to here in questions, and the area around the village has practically been overturned in search of clues. But no one has been able to make any headway.
So, this person we're looking for, what's his name? Where did he live? Does he have any relatives?
I don't know. I really have no clue. I couldn't tell you.
What's wrong with you guys?
Okay, guess you are really sick of answering questions.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to sound short with you. I was actually just giving you my answer to your questions.
So, those 3 questions are a no-go then. Is there anything else you can tell us?
I know it may seem like we don't have anything to offer by way of information, but I promise you, we all have a very strong impression of him. When you live in the same village as someone, you develop a lot of memories together, you know? We just don't know the specifics. Maybe we did at one point, but that information is long gone by now. At least that's what everyone in the village seems to think. We've all exchanged what we know, and that was the only logical conclusion.
All right, specifics aside then, what kind of person was he?
Young guy.
He.
In his early 20s, probably. Incredibly
Early 20s?
kind sort of person. Always willing to lend a helping hand. I'd chat with him when I didn't have any customers. I even saw him stick out his neck for others on more than one occasion. Very interesting guy, that one.
Now that you've started talking about him, you don't seem nearly as down in the dumps as you did before. Seems like he left a pretty good impression on you.
But of course, everyone in the village is pretty fond of him. We wouldn't have issued that commission otherwise. There aren't many young people like him nowadays. So genuine and pure. To think that he just up and disappeared one day. I just hope nothing bad happened.
Could he have just moved away without telling anyone?
No, he's not the type to leave without saying goodbye. And anyway, moving away without being seen by a single person in the village? There's no way he would have been able to manage that.
I mean, there's not much people in this village anyway.
Huh. All right, thanks for the information. We're gonna go ask around some more.
Alright, asking around. I really love this part of the games.
It's that guests I hear.
I hear. I'm in front of you.
Hi, Grandpa Amadea. We're here to help you look for the guy that's gone missing.
Ah, so that's what brings you to these parts. Coming all this way for our sake. That's so very kind of you. With your help, I trust that young man's case is in good hands.
It's our job, Grandpa.
Could you tell us a bit about him?
Let's give it a
Of
detail.
course. I'm happy to help any way I can. With my failing eyesight, I'm afraid I can't offer much about his appearance. But I do remember hearing the sound of his voice. Not recently, of course.
Ah.
That loss has left me feeling quite empty.
So that's why you say the sounds instead of looks. Because you are not having a good eyes.
I don't think his parents
Thank
are
you
still
for
living
explaining.
in the village. But somehow he never seemed lonely. In fact, he was usually the one offering companionship to others. He would often take time to visit the elderly or play with the orphans in the village. And whenever someone had something on their mind, he was there to listen with open ears. He always knew just what to say. As the village chief, I owe him many thanks. Helping villagers navigate difficult moments in their lives should have been one of my responsibilities. But he was often the one rising to the occasion.
Wow. He seems like such a nice and gentle person. No wonder his disappearance affected you all so much. But, you wouldn't happen to know any details about his name, address, or family situation, right?
I'm ashamed to admit it, but I just can't remember.
Just can't remember.
No matter how you look at it, I should know those things. But for some reason, no matter how hard I try to remember, the information just doesn't come. Perhaps my age really has caught up with me this time.
It's okay. There's no need to force yourself to try and remember. We'll figure something out.
We'll figure something out. How? No details,
Well,
no
Trevor, what do you
photo,
think?
no nothing. There's probably more to this case than meets the eyes. A lot of things are not adding up.
I don't think so, too.
A lot of things are
The
not
name
adding
thing.
up.
It's
Of
so
course.
weird that no one remembers his name. And nobody has been able to tell us anything about his family or where he lived. It's like this guy's been erased from reality or something.
It's just a dream. It's just a dream. It happens in Honkai Star Rail recently. I would say it's more like he's someone who only exists in people's memories.
Wait, so you're saying it's not that he's been erased, necessarily, but more like he never existed to begin with?
Wow.
Okay, Paimon's gonna need some time to
Hoyoverse.
process that one. Someone
Please.
who only exists in people's memories?
Things like this is always the thing about Hoyover's storyline though. They trying to really make things super meta. Could it be like what happened with Greater Lord Rukkhadevata? Oh, who's that? I don't remember. Like some sort of mass alteration of people's
You
memories.
two are the adventurers who just arrived, right?
Hello?
You're here for the Vamara Village Commission?
Yep, sure are. We were just looking into the case.
I'm so glad to hear that. Thank goodness you haven't given up. I've been so worried the Adventurers Guild might cancel our commission. My name is Atosa, by the way. I grew up here in Vamara Village. Anyway, I just wanted to say, please keep searching for a missing villager. I'm begging you. You have to find him.
I'm sure we'll track him down. We'll certainly try our
Yeah,
best.
no need to worry. We'll give it our best shot. So, were you close to the missing villager? Are there any leads you can give us?
I'm not sure this counts as a lead, but follow me. There's a place I'd like to show you.
Some random woman trying to show us a clue. It's very normal, right? Except it's not normal that she's just suddenly appeared.
Is this the place? Under this tree?
Yep. I know it doesn't look like much, but this place is very meaningful to me. It's so full of memories. We used to always sit together under this tree and talk. Sometimes we would look up at the clouds in the sky or stop to feel the wind against our skin. We could sit there for hours at a time, never realizing how long it had been. I was actually adopted by the people of Vamara Village. The forest rangers found me in the woods as a child. I was surrounded by such good people, and growing up in the village was so lively.
Your parents are irresponsible.
Still, there were times when I couldn't help but feel incredibly alone.
Alone?
How should I put it? When something's bothering you, or when you have good news to share, you always want to talk about it with somebody. But for the longest time, I didn't know who I could talk to or if I should say anything at all. Everyone has their own problems to deal with. Even if I might want to confide in others, I don't want to become a burden.
I think I get what you mean. That's what family is for. Oh, family.
Really? You know
Whoa.
exactly how I feel?
I used to have someone like that, a family member that I could talk to no matter what. But now I have a lot of friends who understand me and would be happy to hear me out.
Aww.
Oh, long lines. Very nice, confident smile right there.
Wow, that sounds really nice.
Super profound.
You're quite lucky.
I wish you can just talk about it
When
instead
it comes to our
instead of
missing
me
villager,
talking
well,
it out.
I guess you could say that to me. He felt like both a family member I could rely on and a friend who could really understand me. No matter what came my way, I knew I could always talk to him. He was so thoughtful and pure. And patient, too. Whenever I talked to him, he would always seem so interested, as if the things I was describing were just as important to him as they were to me. Ever since he disappeared, there's been so much I wanted to tell him. No, none of those things matters now. I just really want to see him again.
Wow. You two must have been really close. Did he ever tell you anything about himself?
He mostly just talked about interesting things he saw around the village. He'd share a lot of his own wild ideas as well. Oh, right! I did ask him about his parents once. But all he said was, they're not here anymore. I didn't know whether that meant they had left the village or passed away, and I didn't want to pry.
Still not much to go off of.
Look at me. Talking your ear off and still nothing to show for it. I'm sorry
Hey.
I wasn't more help.
Don't say that. Don't feel like that. You help us understand him better.
The last time I talked this much in one
Help
go
us.
was when we were still together. Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk.
Just
like right
one
now.
thing that bothers me. When is the last thing? When is the last thing you talked? We need to know when
Time
he
always passed by
gone.
really slowly.
This is not the
Even
way
when
of
it felt
looking
like
for
we'd been
someone
talking
missing.
for
You know?
hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Well, time always seems to pass slower when you're relaxed, right? What's wrong, Traveler?
It was always the same time of day, and time never seemed to pass. Oh, so we're talking about the samsara again, maybe? Based on what we've learned, this is definitely not a regular missing persons case. What Atosa just told us about time could be the key to unraveling this whole mystery. Hilly!
Hey, look at those hilly trails over there. Doesn't it seem like they're acting a little strange?
I don't know. Oh, hello. The Abyss people.
The Abyss Order. Could they be the ones behind all of this?
Thank you so much. I wasn't expecting monsters to show up. If you hadn't been here, I'm not sure what I would have done.
It was no trouble.
Run. The question we should be asking is, what is the Abyss Order doing around here?
Now that I think about it, the hilly trolls around Vimara village have been a lot more active lately. They seem agitated and would often attack anything in sight. Chief Amadea doesn't allow the children to play in the area around the village anymore.
Okay, the missing person is a Hillicher.
Maybe the Abyss
Maybe.
Order really is involved. Well, we should head back and check out the situation in Vimara village just in case. If the Abyss Order is plotting something that could spell trouble for the villagers.
What would the Abyss want from a small village?
Wait a second. The person... It's Dainslev!
Whoa! Well, hello. You just poof everyone
It's
just
you two.
just holding hands just like that? Just throwing hands?
A friend of yours? Well, I'll leave you all to it then. I should head back to the village and check up on Chief Amadea and the others anyway. Well, see you later.
Yep, see you later,
See you later, random forgotten NPC. I hope you
Why do you always have to
appear
pop up out of
again.
nowhere like that? Is it your life's mission to jump scare us or something?
It's hardly personal, or intentional for that matter. As long as you and I are both in pursuit of the Abyss Order, we're bound to cross paths.
Ah, so you're here to investigate the Abyss Order then. That would explain the monsters you were fighting just now.
Naturally.
The monsters just
Hold on.
explode for no
Are you
reason.
not here for the same purpose?
We're also on their tail, but I'll admit we ran into them on accident.
No matter. It may have taken you a while to catch on, but I'm sure you've also realized by now that there's something strange about this place. The Abyss Order is most certainly planning something in this area. Or worse, their plan could already be in motion.
So you think the Abyss Order is behind the hilly trail activity in the area?
As things stand, I highly doubt that is their primary motive. I would imagine the increased hilichurl activity is merely a byproduct of whatever it is they're really trying to accomplish.
Still, the hilly trail activity is causing a lot of problems for the people here. We should stick around for a while and protect the village, don't you think?
The best way to protect them is by figuring out what the Abyss Order is truly planning. That is how we prevent further tragedy.
Well, let's see what more we can learn from the villagers. And after that, you also owe us many answers.
And you shall have them. I never intended to hide anything from you.
Lies. You appear for like a year later.
Don't worry. There should be ample time to talk.
And then you're gonna disappear again until next year. If he can like appear at least twice a year, I'm sure it's gonna be really interesting story points coming from him. Like he appears really rarely.
So that was the commission that brought you here to Vimara village. Someone who seems to only exist in people's memories. That is indeed quite intriguing. I would agree that it's unlikely you have a simple missing persons case on your hands. However, any possible connection to the Abyss Order is still unclear. It appears all we have by way of clues is increased hilichurl activity, and that is certainly not much to go off of.
Well then, how about the intel you promised me?
Right! That mysterious voice she heard in her brother's memory. The one who called himself a sinner. Who is he?
Yes, please tell me. Don't
Traveler, let me ask you this. Do you believe your sibling to have betrayed you?
We don't know. I want to have faith in him. In manner of speaking, yeah.
I sense hesitation in your words. After all, you still haven't figured out the whole truth of what happened.
Just tell me.
There's still hope for the two of you to reconcile. Irreparable damage has not yet been done. The sinner you wish to know about, his situation is different. He and his fellow sinners have long betrayed me, and long betrayed their nation. His name is Vederfolnir, the Visionary.
Vederfolnir, the Visionary. So that guy is coming from Kandria, I guess?
I'm loath to admit it, but he is also my kin, my older brother.
Your older brother? What the hell, dude? Yeah, that mysterious guy we found last year is my older brother.
Brother?
What happened between the two of you? What really happened in Kandria back then?
There were 5 of them. The 5 sinners of Kandria.
5 of them? 5 sinners?
The wise, Roptatir. The visionary, Vederfolnir. Gold, Rhindaughter. The foul, Sertalogi. And Rehir of Solnari, Rerir.
Whoa, this is... Wait a minute, this is huge. We know Gold and the Foul. So Sertalogi is Skirk's master, which is Child's master's masters. And we already know Rhindaughter's one of the Hexenzirkel mage thingy. We don't know. So the Visionary is your older brother, and we don't know about the other. So just 5 names all of a sudden just drops.
No matter how eroded my memory may become, I will never forget their names. One day, I shall have my vengeance.
Oh,
Wait, some of those names sound really familiar. Rhyndaughtr is the one who created Albedo. Sertology is Skirk's master. And the one we just learned about, Dane's brother, Vetafolnir. If he was the voice of the sinner, then the one who inspired Clothar to create the Abyss Order was him.
was him. Oh, somehow everything is connected, yeah. If that's true, then the stone slates we found in the ruin in Fontaine, the ones that outline Fontaine's prophecy, that was likely Vedvolnir's doing as well. He did?
They were once people of great esteem in Kaya.
How? How is that connected?
Those who carried the hopes of the nation. They were the best of their peers, outstanding in their respective fields. 6 of us. Together.
6 of you.
We should have been the ones to prevent the disaster. The ones to stop the Vinster King from continuing to rock the foundation of the world.
Yet you are the only sane one out of the 6.
Yet, deep within, the 5 of them craved something more. They could not resist the call of the Abyss, and divided among themselves a power that could destroy the world. So they became sinners, but also transcendent beings, each in possession of world-shattering power. And when the cataclysm occurred, not one of them stood up in defense of their nation. Not one came forward to prevent the tragedy. And for that, they shall never have my forgiveness.
Which means the 7 is not wrong then. The Archons is not wrong, Dane. And then my sibling came into contact with your brother.
Indeed. If they are not stopped, the day is sure to come when they will also betray the entire world.
Oh my god. It's clear now, so why our sibling basically betrayed us and become part of the Abyss. But yeah, we still don't know what is the motive of the Abyss itself, right? Okay, things getting interesting actually. It must be hard to talk about all of this, but thank you for telling me.
Of course. As I said, I never intended to hide anything from you.
So, Dane, what have you been looking into all this time?
I've continued to investigate the questions surrounding the Loom of Fate. It's been quite some time since the initial operation was launched. By retrieving the eye of the first field tiller, we were able to stop part of their plan from coming to fruition.
Wow, this is a long time ago. Thanks for giving like a really good art,
Oh,
Hoyoverse.
Paimon remembers! Weren't they going to use it to corrupt Osial and make a god or something?
Indeed. However, it's obvious that was just some sort of technical experiment. The eye was integral to their plan, yet somehow, despite failing to obtain it, they've skipped the experimental phase and found some other way to keep moving forward. There are many signs pointing to that effect.
Then what should we do? It's not too late, is it?
Our most pressing concern is to determine the purpose of the Loom of Fate. From there, we'll be able to deduce the Abyss Order's true objective.
Get out of here, Slasher.
Based on the intel I've gathered so far, I suspect the Loom of Fate is related to the ley lines in some way.
Ley
The
lines?
ley lines?
The thing that we farm every day?
Traveler, you were able to observe your siblings' memories last time, yes? I believe that was due to the fact that the ley lines in that area were unstable. My recent investigation has shown that Abyss Order activity in a particular area is usually followed by a series of issues with the ley lines.
And one of the things that flows through the ley lines are memories.
Then our commission here in Vimara Village. The person who seems to exist only in people's memories. Could it be connected?
It's just a ley line. Again, another ley line stingy problems. Memories, ley lines, the Loom of Fate, the missing person that doesn't seem to exist. What's the connection between all
It's
this?
certainly possible. I'll join your investigation tomorrow. This missing persons case could very well turn out to be the key to unraveling these mysteries.
Well, if we're teaming up with Dane again, we're gonna need all the energy we can get. Let's try investigating somewhere a little further away tomorrow.
I still fail to understand what is the connection about the Fontaine's stone slates to the creator.
So
The creator of the creator of the abyss.
I used way too much brain juice yesterday. It's all Dane's fault saying all that complicated stuff.
I didn't sleep well either. My head's a mess.
Well, let's go find Dane. We've got a lot to do today.
Have a breakfast, please.
Hello, Dane? Why are you just zoning out over here?
Headache.
Did something happen?
Get some ibuprofen, mate.
The missing person from your commission. Could you describe them to me?
Oh, young guy? Early 20s? Seriously, Dane, what's going on?
There appear to be certain memories in my mind that weren't there before. Memories of him.
Oh, you got the memories of him. You got the ley lines.
Maybe we just talked too much about him yesterday and you had a weird dream or something?
No, it wasn't a dream. They're memories. Memories that suddenly appeared in my mind after I woke up. And I'm certain I've never met this person before.
Well, that's exactly what exactly do you remember?
I remember handing him the eye of the first field tiller.
What? Uh-oh, wasn't that me?
What? Okay, so this missing person definitely has something to do with the Abyss Order then.
Indeed. And it appears he possesses the ability to implant memories into the minds of others.
Memories. That's crazy. How's that even possible?
Wait then. All the memories the villagers have of him, could they be fake too? Maybe they never knew him at all. But why would he do something like that?
Whatever the Abyss Order is planning, an important truth has been revealed to us this morning.
What sort of truth?
That their goal is still to obtain the eye of the first field tiller. They haven't stopped searching for it. I am the only person who knows its location. Perhaps implanting that particular memory was an attempt to interfere with my mind in some way.
Is the eye still safe? What if that memory is real?
Your concerns are not entirely unfounded. I don't believe the Abyss Order is capable of altering reality like that just yet. However, considering their single-minded pursuit of the eye, I would say an equal level of caution is in order on our part. Come with me. We must check whether the eye is still in our possession.
Oh, so you're going to take us to where you hid it?
But what if someone follows us? If we go straight there and someone is on our tail, aren't we just exposing the eye's location? Maybe that's the reason the Abyss Order implanted the memory in the first place. To force Dane to confirm the eye's location. What is it? Given what I know of him, though, I'm sure Dane has already thought of that possibility. It seems like he might already have a plan. Let's go, lead the way, Dane. What is it? Is it the child over there?
Of course.
It's this kid. This kid is the problem. Oh my god. The Sumeru song. Like, no matter how much I like the Fontaine song songs are really amazing, but Sumerus is just it just has the kick to it, man. Sumerus is still unbeatable for me. Nothing can really beat the Sumerus
So you
music.
hid it way out here? Not an easy place to discover, that's for sure. Well, let's go check to see if it's
There's a
safe.
portal there.
Traveler, wait.
What is it? Oh, you gotta need some ibuprofen, mate. Or is it time we play as
We've no
Dane's
time to
slave?
lose. Let's head inside.
What was Dane going to tell me just now?
Hey, wait up!
Quick, Paimon. You can fly. Hiding it in a massive portal like that. And Paimon said it's undiscoverable. Oh, it's a barrier. I thought it's a portal. Well, technically a cave here. A massive cave. Ah, this is the chasm music again. Like, the vibe of the chasm is always kind of, you know, abyss vibe. And I would expect Canria will be look like this. You know, it's kind of weird that we are back to Sumeru, but I guess it makes a lot of sense since Sumeru is having the gate to Canria. Sumeru might as well like the second to last nation before we go to Canria. But I just wish there's an Archon that will involve at least one.
Looks like we can't go any further.
Someone tailing us.
Be on your guard. I sense the presence of the abyss.
Yay. Ooh, the cryo guy. Out, please.
Just as I suspected. The false memories were a trap. The Abyss Order just wanted to follow us here. Now that they're in the vicinity, we should have a chance to see.
No! Wait, I haven't heard him like scream like
Dane?
that.
What's wrong?
That's impressive.
Can you feel that? There's been a disturbance in the ley lines.
No.
Must be the work of the Abyss.
It must be the work of the enemy stands.
Wow, you must be really
no.
sensitive to that sort of thing. Paimon doesn't feel it.
You too. Do as I say. Use that mechanism over there and leave this place.
Leave you here on your own? Will you be
The
alright?
Abyss Order is putting something in motion. If you return to Vimara village, I suspect you might finally have the opportunity to locate the missing villager. Just think of it as a way to divide and conquer.
Why? How does that make sense though? We can found the missing villagers now? Dane does have a point. But something still feels off. What am I missing? And just like that, we're not gonna meet Dane again until next year. Imagine if Dainsleif could appear at least in an Archon quest. Honestly. Who it is? It is the sinner. Alright. Intense moment. Oh lordy.
I knew going along with your trap would be the only way to meet with you face to face.
Get out of here, sibling. I'm playing Lumine, so...
You risked your safety. And that of the Eye. That's quite the gamble, Dainsleif. But I believe that I am the one walking into a trap laid by the Twilight Sword.
Twilight Sword.
So you came here all on your own? What about those followers of yours?
When the Twilight Sword is prepared for battle, any army I could send would only be marching to their doom. Better that I face you alone. I know you must have a lot to say, but if it's a conversation you want, you'll have to defeat me first.
Oh, really? Come on. We play as Dainsleif. We fight Ether. Imagine if that the case. Is it gonna be a movie about it? Or is it just gonna be a black screen? Like as you see now. Come on, cutscene. Cutscene, cutscene.
The Abyss Order's on the move.
It's not.
The ley lines are all out of whack.
It's not a single
We better
cutscene
hurry
at
back
all.
to Vimara Village and see what's going on.
Why? Why? I want to see the fight. God damn it. Wait, I could not teleport. There's a boundary. There's a boundary. Wow. They actually making some kind of new map for it. Like a modified version of it.
Grandpa Medea, is everyone alright? The Abyss Order seems to be up to something nearby.
The Abyss Order? This is the first I'm hearing of it. Thank you for your concern. But as far as I'm aware, it's been business as usual here in the village.
Well, that's good to hear. Oh, also, you didn't happen to come across any clues about the missing villager while we were gone, did you?
Someone's gone missing, you say? Who would that be?
Oh no.
Huh?
It is just forgotten. You don't remember? Things just got even more complicated.
You know, the young guy from Vimara Village. The one you've been looking for all this time. You posted a commission with the Sumeru Adventurers Guild. That's kind of the whole reason we're here, actually. Your missing persons commission.
Ah, I do apologize, you two. I hope I'm not worrying you too much. I'm sure it's just my age making me forgetful again.
So if they are forget about it, what happened to Catherine then? What happened to the commission? The whole commission? We gotta see.
At least right now, I can't seem to recall whatever it is
Do
you're referring
Catherine
to.
even
Perhaps
remember?
you should try asking someone else.
But how is that? All right. Thanks for your help, Grandpa Amadea.
Talk to that woman from before.
Strange. Bayram seems to remember him. And apparently he just saw him? Do you think maybe it's not that there's something wrong with people's memories, but that we've somehow returned to a time before he went missing?
Really? I doubt returning to the past would be that simple. Given everything Dane mentioned about disturbances with the ley lines, I'd say it's far more likely this is related to memories in some way. I need to think carefully what's really going on. Oh my god, this mini game again. No! It's the girl from before that he said time has passed really long.
Memories. The implanted memories are basically taking place outside of the regular 24 hours of the day. If the memories included the regular passage of time, it would be easy for people to tell that something was off, like there could be overlap or something. People might start to wonder why they remember doing two different things at the same time of day. That's why he makes sure the memories take place at a specific moment in time rather than over a period of time.
If we consider this in conjunction with what we already know, then we question of whose memories this is. Seems to have an obvious answer. Atossa.
The color of the sky coincides
That's
with
her
the
name.
moment in time she described.
Oh, right.
Dainslave.
That's exactly what
Why is
Atossa
Dainslave
described.
even a choice there?
Come to think of it, every time we talked, it always seemed to be around dusk. Just like right now. Time always passed by really slowly. Even when it felt like we'd been talking for hours, the sun would still be at the same position in the sky.
Yep, that has to be it. This is definitely Atossa's memory.
To the tree.
Yeah, that's where they'll be.
Let's go. Took you guys long enough to realize that. I've realized that like long before.
So, you see, Granny Jahiet was a mercenary when she was younger. She just talks like that out of habit. She's not trying to scare the children on purpose. Oh, there I go again. Always talking about my own things.
Oh,
Do you maybe have anything you want to share? It's okay if you don't. You could also just talk about what you think of me?
oh, she's in love.
Oh, I think you're an incredibly strong and thoughtful young woman. You'll meet many amazing people and live a very happy life. You won't miss someone like me.
Huh? Are those your friends over there?
Are those your friends over there? We finally found him, but why does he looks kind of familiar?
Oh, right. This version of Atossa hasn't met us yet.
Friends? I guess you could say that.
It must have taken them a lot of effort to find me. So, I should see
You
what they
are
need.
the
I'm
culprit.
sorry, Atosa. We'll have to continue this conversation another time.
Another time, huh? Yeah, okay. I'll head back to the village then.
Oh,
Talk to you some other time.
she's so disappointed. Why she sounds like that? She sounds so sad.
It's nice to see you, Traveler. I believe this is the first time we've met.
You are. Yes, you are. Who's that? Who's his name again? Factoring in the memories, the Abyssaurus, the Loom of Fate, and everything else, I need to think of the one person that it can connect all of this together. Clothar, Caribert, there you go, that's the name.
Born into abject sorrow, he shall now become the Loom of Fate. You're Caribert Alberic.
She speaks.
Oh. You know me? That's quite the surprise. I don't believe I've met you before. Oh, I see. It was the memory, wasn't it? Your sibling's memory. You saw the me from back then.
Yeah, your literal form.
This is Atosa's memory. I came here to say goodbye to her, but I suppose I'll just leave her a message instead. Come, let's find somewhere else to talk.
Whoa. So you can just manipulate. Whoa, what is this? Looking creepy. What does that even mean? I cannot read that. But it's not looking nice. It's not looking happy at all. Where the heck are we? Where's Paimon? Paimon? I'm always scared of something when Paimon is missing. You know? What do you want? Caribert? What is this place? Why are you panting?
I suppose you could call it the realm of my consciousness. I'm someone who no longer exists in the real world after all. As you well know.
Yeah, you're the people from the past. You look quite exhausted.
It's nothing. I still have enough strength to play the part of a good host. I've always hoped that I'd get the chance to talk to you like this. And now, the time has finally arrived.
This is a rare opportunity for me as well. I should try to learn as much information from Caribert as I can. What exactly happened to you?
Extreme sorrow and pain. Hope and regret coursing through your veins. And a degree of abyssal power that defies comprehension. Father told me that once I possessed all those elements, I would become the Loom of Fate, but despite his intentions for me, I never truly became the Loom of Fate. I was merely used as a means for its construction.
To the real Loom of Fate.
In truth, I died the moment I set everything in motion.
Oh, poor
The
Caribert.
person you see before you now is nothing but a remnant of consciousness left over within the Loom of Fate.
Caribert is dead. That's why he no longer exists outside of people's memories.
As for your question, the Loom of Fate is a device capable of weaving ley lines.
Weaving ley lines.
In its primitive form, it can only be used to create and implant memories. But, as more of it is completed, its power becomes stronger and stronger, until finally, it has the power to weave real ley lines of its own.
What does that mean? So, ley line is just implantation of memories, right? But if it becomes stronger, it has the power to weave the real ley lines.
Once fully completed, the moment it gains the power to weave ley lines, it loses the lower level ability to influence memories. But it also becomes a tool that can change the entire world.
That will affect the entire world, the real world. So that was the source of your ability to implant memories.
Yes. I have the ability to control the loom in its semi-completed form. I suppose you can think of it as a form of compensation.
So that's why it's called loom, to
After all,
weave.
Its existence cost me my life.
Like a clothing. So the memories that suddenly appear in Dane's mind were implanted by Caribert through the half-finished Loom of Fate. That makes sense, but I'm still lost as to why he went so far as to introduce himself to all the residents of Vimara village. But why did you implant memories of yourself into the people of Vimara village?
Ah, that. I was wrong to implant those memories. I'm sorry I caused so much trouble. Not only for everyone in the village, but for you as well.
Wait, he has common sense though for Kandria people.
I just wanted them to feel like I once existed in this world. As if I had a chance at life.
So that's why I would have never guessed. But is there any kind of meaning to this? Does only existing in people's memories really count as living?
I know what you must be thinking. Why would I do something so meaningless? But I just couldn't accept it. I had to know what it would be like if I had my own life. What kind of person I would be. What other people would think of me. Chief Ahmadiyya, Baram, Granny Jahiyat, Atosa.
Well, dude, this is kind of sad. He found love, man. Oh, he found love in this memories
What would it
thingy.
be like if I
Oh.
could live alongside them? No cataclysm, no curse. Just a quiet life in a peaceful village.
But he knows the people of Tevat are normal. The normal one instead of the freaking crazy dad that he has.
I was curious, so I selfishly tried to have my own life. Even if that meant piecing together the version of myself that could have been. One memory at a time. I know it sounds stupid. After all, my life ended a long time ago. Any chance at living was stripped away from me when I was 8 years old. My consciousness left to mature in an illusory world of nothingness. Even the form you see before you was nothing but an invention based on my father's appearance. An imagined version of what I would look like if I had the chance to grow up.
Damn, you don't even look like this. What happened to you after your father giving you treatment though? Are you still in the heliotrope form? It's super sad, like his storyline. In the end, this all stems from the tragedy that occurred in Kandria back then. You know, everyone is looking for you.
I know. But there's nothing I can do to make them find me. If I could exist in the real world, I would return without a second thought and surprise them with the suddenness of it all. But, well, that's not possible for me.
As I understand it, even though you only appear in their memories, your existence was a great comfort to them. They all believe you once lived among them.
I know.
Well, now that I found you, let's continue this conversation some other time. Dane might still need my help.
Captain Dainsleif. Twilight Sword, you mean? No need to meet up with him.
You know?
Things should already be settled on his end.
Oh, really?
Exactly. As someone who could only exist in people's memories, the fact that I'm able to talk to you in my consciousness like this can only mean one thing.
Doesn't that mean Aethys getting beaten by Dainsleif just like that?
The Loom of Fate has already been completed.
Huh. What? So what does that mean? The Loom of Fate is already complete. That means the Eye of the First Field Tailor must have fallen into the hands of the abyss? Could something have happened to Dane? Oh, Dane lost.
No need to worry about Captain Dainsleif.
Dang
He's
it.
absolutely fine.
He's
The only
fine.
reason he lost the eye was because I happened to guess exactly what he was planning. Captain Dainsleif has had the eye inside his body this whole time, hasn't he?
What?
His plan was to lure the Abyss Order to a false location, capitalizing on their pursuit of the eye in order to have the chance to confront the prince.
He ate the
He
eye?
would then hand the eye to you and tell you to take it away from that location. That way, Captain Dainsleif could accomplish his own goal and ensure the safety of the eye all at once. A very thorough plan.
But they never handed me the eye.
That's right. Because in his mind, he had given it to you already.
Wait, does that mean he gave Dane a false memory? You made him think that
Before
when?
you two entered that false location.
Ah,
Traveler, wait.
when he has headache. Poor Dane slave.
We've no time to lose. Let's head inside.
So when Dane froze up back then, it was because of false memories were being implanted in his mind. No
That was when I
wonder.
implanted the memory of him handing you the eye. Given the tense situation at that time, Captain Dainsleif failed to notice anything out of the ordinary, and took that memory to be real. I'm sorry, Traveler, but I needed the Loom of Fate to be completed.
What?
To do that, we had to retrieve the eye.
Damn you. So Dane had the eye this whole time, until the Abyss Order took it away. I'm not sure there's anything we could have done. Now that the Loom of Fate is complete, what were you planning on doing with it?
I promise I'm not trying to conceal anything from you, but I truly have no idea what the Prince is planning. Tevat's ley line system is deeply entrenched in the planet. Creating new ley lines can neither replace nor extend the ones that already exist.
It just
In
exists
the face
there.
of everything they could be planning, I fear I'm too insignificant to even get a glimpse of the bigger picture.
Damn.
In any case, I had my own use for the Loom of Fate, and my goal, at least, has been achieved.
Your goal?
You remember my father, don't you? Clotar Alberic. I believe you saw him in your sibling's memory, after he used the power of the Abyss to restore consciousness to my hilichurl form. I suffered from an indescribable level of mental anguish. To comfort me, my father told me a story. That this was a fairy tale world where I had to take on the form of a little monster. That story managed to dispel my fears. Even if just for a moment. My goal was simple. To use the Loom of Fate in its near-completed form. When its ability to create memories was at its strongest. To implant a specific memory into the minds of the hilichurls. In that memory, I would tell them a story. Just like my father did for me. It was a story of fairy tales and love. But more than anything, it was the
Okay.
story of us.
Okay, I take it back. You two are messed up in the mind. Ah, I thought you were the more sane one. So the thing that caused the Hilichurls to calm down back then was Caribert's story. So that was his goal. That was the only thing he wanted. He had a device as powerful as the Loom of Fate at his disposal, and all he wanted to do with it was to offer the Hilichurls moment of comfort and peace.
I can't change the world. Not when I lost the very right to exist
But
within
that's
it.
just for a short amount
Implanting
of
those
time.
memories, that was the most worthwhile thing I could offer.
Perhaps I think it was very meaningful indeed.
All that's left of my existence is a wisp of residual consciousness tied to the Loom of Fate. In truth, that trace of my consciousness should have dissipated long ago. My goal was the one thing that allowed me to hold on all this time. But now, the bedtime story is finished. And it's finally time to rest.
Well, Good night. Can we ask something more from him? I feel like it's a bit too short, like not too much questions being asked. Well. Oh, that thing.
Looks like I was too late to see Kari Bear one last time.
Well, hello. Catch him. Tied him up. Oh.
Kari Bear's consciousness is gone, and this space will soon disappear along with it. Neither of us belongs here. That's why we're not tangible. Were that not the case, I'd love to hug you too.
Oh.
Well, how about a conversation?
Wait, they cannot touch each other? What does that mean? Confusion level at 100 now.
The chance to just stop and talk like this is certainly not easy to come by. Wouldn't you agree?
It's not easy to come by. I almost can't believe it's real.
That battle earlier was tough. The one against Dane, I mean. I didn't expect that after everything, he would still hesitate to raise his sword against me. Were it not for that, perhaps I'd still be no match for the Twilight Sword. Even after 500 years.
Wait, so he was that strong? What the hell? What exactly are you planning? What are you going to do with the Loom of Fate?
The Loom of Fate, huh? I still haven't found a way to utilize it to its full potential. But there's still time before the heavenly principles awaken.
The heavenly principles are still asleep. Dude, we need to know about this heavenly principles thingy. Like, the Nahida story, the Farina story, it's crazy enough. But still, heavenly principles is not awakened.
Yes. For 500 years now, ever since the cataclysm in Conria, there's been no sign of activity. Not long ago, you witnessed the Hydro Archon destroy her divine throne. Yes?
Yep.
Such a flagrant disregard for the rules. And still Celestia took no action. I suppose that's proof enough of the Heavenly Principles situation. However, the Heavenly Principles will awaken. We just don't know when that will be, or what might trigger it.
You really hate the heavenly principles, don't you? Don't we all? We all hate it. Everyone hate it. The Archons hate it. Everyone hate it. Why do you guys hate us so
you could
much?
say that. Just look at Kari Bear. He was so pure and single-minded. The space we now find ourselves is a perfect representation of who he was. Quiet and peaceful. Even as a hilly churl, seeing the terrible sight within the mirror wasn't enough to taint his spirit. He brought comfort to the people of this world, even though he was denied the very right to be a part of it. So ask yourself this. Who was it that deprived him of that right to exist? Of course, that's only one example. My feelings about the heavenly principles are too complicated to explain in just a few words. Lumine?
You're the only one in this world who calls me that.
Yes. I wonder why.
There's so much I wanted to ask you.
I wish every single characters.
For some reason,
Just call them
I'm
their
not
names.
interested in asking those questions right now. There's just one thing I have to ask. One thing I could never understand. Why? Why can't we continue our journey together?
Yes, please answer, please. Who's that?
At the end of my journey, I arrived at a place known as the Sea of Flowers at the end.
Sea of the Flowers at the end. I watched about the whole like super spoiler thingy, like the introduction or something, where all the 7 nations, all the chapters that will happen. I believe I remember there's like a Sea of Flowers, something like that. So yeah, I think that's the Sea of Flowers at the end.
Do you remember? A long time ago, when we traveled between worlds together, you told me you wanted to find a place in the universe where that one flower was in full bloom. To have a place like that suddenly appear before me? Well, would you think of that as a coincidence?
You mean?
I miss you too, Lumine. But
Aww.
as this war continues to rage, and as I continue to seek that final answer, I don't even know how to face myself sometimes. Let alone my own sister.
What's going on?
This space has lost its tether. I doubt it'll be able to exist much longer. In fact, aside from our ability to physically interact with each other, there's something else you should know about this space. With Kari Bear gone, we won't be able to remember anything that happened here.
No, why?
Everything in this space will be wiped from existence, including all memory of our reunion.
Why? Oh, that would be such an interesting storyline if it's continued though. Oh
You're only
no.
telling me this now?
That's super unfair. No. Wow. That effect in the end though, that broken mirror thingy, wow. I am impressed with the quality of the story that we got in Genshin, honestly. Way too impressed. But like any Hoyoverse style, we always will be given us something so dissatisfaction at the end.
Paimon's head feels all fuzzy.
It always feels like, no, why you do that? It's unfair. Like it always having a feeling like that.
Oh, Paimon woke up
Oh,
a little
God.
earlier than you, so Paimon will fill you in. The villagers said that they saw us sleeping near the village yesterday. They couldn't wake us up no matter how hard they tried, so they decided to just bring us back here. Oh, and Dane came by just now. It looked like he was injured. He didn't say anything though. Just made sure that you were all right and left.
Huh.
Kinda seemed like he had a lot on his mind, but that's Dane for ya.
He's just here and then he left. God damn it. He never changes, does he? I'm having trouble thinking straight right now.
Let's think for a second. We were in that memory, and we saw that guy you called Kari Bear. He was the missing villager that we've been trying to find, right? And after that, Paimon doesn't remember what happened.
Caribet and I talked for a while. He told me about the Loom of Fate,
Really? What a score!
but she will not remember. Doesn't matter how powerful you are, the traveler, you are still easily being tricked with something so simple. I guess our commission is complete then. The missing villager, the person who only existed in people's memories, was Caribert all along. But now that he's gone, I'm not sure how to explain things to the villagers.
Well, what happened after that?
After that, I can't seem to remember. There you go. There you go, Genshin. There you go, Hoyoverse. Maybe I'm just tired. I feel like something else happened. But why can't I remember? I'm not sure why, but it almost feels like I lost something.
Ah, there you are. Sleep well?
Bayram, you sure seem happy. Did something good happen?
Something good? Huh. Wasn't anything good or bad, I'd say. It's just that, well, the village organized another search party yesterday. It didn't feel right to leave all the searching to the adventurers. So there we were, searching away, when suddenly this one guy said it all came back to him. According to him, one day around dusk, he was passing by this one tree outside the village, and he saw our missing villager. There he was, sleeping under that tree all by himself. His parents came a little later to wake him up, and they all left together. It looked like quite a happy family, apparently.
Oh.
And after that, well, we all started to feel like that really is what happened. Kind of strange that we forgot all about it for so long.
So that's how Caribert said his goodbyes. That was the last memory he gave them.
Oh, and we also remembered his name, Curry Bear.
Ah.
Now, that's not a name you hear every day. Would have been helpful if we remembered it sooner.
That's a unique name. Make sure you remember it this time.
Well, I hope he's happy wherever he is. And we're all relieved now that we know what happened.
Seems like everyone thinks Curry Bear left the village. That's probably for the best. At least they have some sort of explanation now.
Caribet is gone, the loom of fate is now complete, and no one else will try to change the village's memories.
Paimon wonders how Atos is doing. Maybe we should go check on her. If she hasn't remembered like everyone else, we can tell her what happened. Paimon didn't see her in the village just now, so she's probably at the tree. Come on, let's go talk to her.
She probably broken-hearted. Why did you leave me? See? She's sad.
Hey, Atosa, how's it going?
Oh, it's you two. I was just about to go looking for you. I wanted to thank you. I was part of the search party, so I remember what happened to Kari Bear now. Honestly, I just can't believe I forgot something so important.
Maybe he wanted you to forget him. I'm sure he wouldn't want you to forget him.
It's funny, but I have this feeling he told me the same thing. I just can't seem to remember when.
At least people remember you,
I guess
Caribet.
it doesn't really matter anyway. Life is made up of a series of memories. As long as I hold on to our time together, he'll always be a part of my life. I'm just happy I got to meet him. So, who cares what happens in the future, right?
Aww.
Okay, I'll admit. I'm just putting on a brave face. I was dumped, wasn't I?
Was dumped.
Otherwise, why
Come
would you
on.
just leave like that without saying goodbye?
It's sad coming from her. Oh no.
You don't need to comfort me. I'll be okay. It's just like Kari Bear said. It's the things we overcome that make life more precious. And you know, if he has a heart, maybe he'll come back and see me one day. Anyway, thanks for all your hard work, you two. I promised I'd help Granny Jahiet with something, so I should head back. Goodbye.
Well, that should be it, right? Everyone's lives can go back to normal now. Oh, right! Weren't you about to tell Paimon what happened after your conversation with Curry Bear?
No, I don't remember. What was it that happened? I can't remember. It feels like there's something in my pocket.
A picture? Where'd that come from? Let Paimon see.
Oh my god. Caribet, you are the bro, man. You are the bro. You must get along with each other, the two of you. Oh my god. Well, that is quite short, but it really filled up something that we don't know last year, like from the last Traveler quest. It's filled up quite well though, so I like it. I like it. Yeah, you finally meet your sibling even though you don't remember. Yay. Oh god. It's just quite unsatisfying, slightly unsatisfying in the end. We having a civil conversation with Ether there. Oh, she does not remember. I thought she will remember everything, even the Greater Lord. She remembered Greater Lord Rukkhadevata, but she doesn't remember anything about her brother. Well, anyway, thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoy my reaction. And yeah, see you again in the next video.